So, yeah, one more thing that I wanted to hear a little bit about today. So, you and Jeff is your primary partner in Midwest Wealth Ventures and
Correct.
the WRBA. You guys
Yep.
are going to a conference at the beginning of June. So,
Yes, we are.
Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference through the Wisconsin
Right.
Technology Council. We just talked
hmm
to Tom Still on the podcast, and that may be released, I think, probably after the conversation we're having today, Sue.
Oh,
Um,
super.
yeah, so Angel Impact devotees can watch for that. But I know the Wisconsin Tech Council is it's an integral part of the work that you do in MWV and WRBA. It allows you to, interface many different factors, that come together in your work. And they have a lot of events that are focused on networking and innovation and technology throughout the state of Wisconsin and influencing policy. So what happens at the Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference?
Well, this conference is culminating in the identification of the diligent dozen, the best companies that the state of Wisconsin has been able to sort through since our last meeting a year ago. And these are in four major categories. They're manufacturing oriented, they're healthcare oriented, they're IT oriented, and maybe some other areas. I'm not quite sure of all the areas, but there's about 4 or 5 areas. And they pick the top 3 or 4 companies in each of those areas. And they actually have this diligent dozen is like the baker's dozen. You got 13 companies vying for not a half a million dollars. It's probably $500,000 of value to all those companies in the form of both cash and services support that are provided by lawyers and maybe people that do websites and many other things, maybe even a space to incubate your company.
Mm.
But anyway, that's those opportunities are going to be reviewed and they're going to be shared with us at that convention. And then one of the top ones will be selected, and that one will get the governor's award for the $50,000 cash prize.
Okay.
And it's usually presented by the governor. So it's got a high profile.
Yeah.
And we've been a participant in some of those opportunities. Pyron came out of there, and we're Nurses Disrupted came out of there a year or two ago, and we're invested in that company.
Mm-hmm.
So we just continue to look for a lot of good ideas in that environment.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea on those types of sessions, we also serve as judges on there. So we sort of get a front row seat to know what's coming.
Yeah.
And help them in moving that forward.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, so major opportunities for your pipeline there, and it sounds like just a lot of companies get some really valuable support at crucial stages in their growth from this.
Yeah, and a key part of that conference is not only learning about those companies, but networking with all the other Angel Group members. Those people are all there, and we get to talk with them. A lot of times there'll be politicians that'll be there because they're interested in what can they do at the state level to help move these investments along and build that infrastructure and also those jobs in the state. And the state does a lot in that regard. They will give us for projects that are approved by the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. The investors will get a 25% credit on their Wisconsin tax return for that investment they make in those companies that are pre-approved. So we like to take advantage of that, and we do.
Well, I look forward to hearing about that and giving updates about what goes on there, what you learn there, what opportunities you see there for the WRBA and your investors. And the breadth and depth of your network and your just your command of these different organizations at different levels throughout the state just never ceases to amaze me, Leon.
It sort of amazes us too, because we're learning all the time.
Yeah.
But what's really sort of interesting is we've been involved with some of the leading stuff around the United States, and I don't know, we just sort of have I don't know, a nose for it or whatever you want to describe it.
Yeah.
But between Jeff and myself,
yeah,
we tend to be on top of a lot of things. And now we have Jay Whitman joining us, and he comes with some banking experience, so he really helps us out on some of the financial stuff. So we all have different skill sets that are really great.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you do have a nose for it. yeah, but just, the number of organizations that get brought up whenever we talk, and the people who are involved in them, I've had to get used to it, and kind of increase my command of those as well. But it just it it gives your work such integrity and possibility. I just get the sense that there are very few problems you don't have someone in your network that you can turn to for advice, or a solution of some kind. And yeah, Jay is a very exciting addition to your leadership team. And from what I understand, the way you guys talk about him, he sort of has a sixth sense about financial statements, right?
He does. He's got a very practical sense, but a very financial sense. Can sort out the winners and the losers pretty quick.
Yeah, right. And so another thing that sort of mystifies me, it's like, have you ever seen The Matrix? We talked about this, I think, a while ago. Well, I think a lot of people have seen The Matrix. There's scenes where you see characters just looking at numbers on a computer screen, and they see the whole world in there. And that's kind of what I think about with Jay, looking at the numbers and seeing the whole company.
Yep. Just very, very changing world out there. And that's why there's always new opportunities. Things are moving digital. Before it was a completely different technology. And as a result of that, it's more efficient, more accurate, lower cost.
Yep. And everything leaves a data trail, right? So
you can track it back.
Track everything. Yep. And that's what we find, because we help people with a lot of digital marketing, and there's so much information, right? And you can make much more efficient and strategic decisions than you used to. So that's
why we appreciate what you're doing for us and helping get that word and that message out, because that's another skill set. We're partnered, sort of glued at the hip here with Aaron and his company to help us do the right things, get this message out, and it's been very effective.
Yeah, and we've enjoyed every moment of it, and it's been a pleasure to see you guys grow and get your message in front of the people who can help you. So,
appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, Leanne, I really appreciate the update about everything going on with the WRBA and MWV, and we'll be watching all this really closely. Again, Venture Home is exciting. It's great to see the MWV work, coming into focus more, because like we've been talking about that for months, and focusing on growing the WRBA, which is a crucial piece of that. But to hear Venture Home coming up more and more, and with more clarity and focus, that's exciting, because like I think that's working on a higher level, and that ultimately that's what you guys want to do.
And we do, because through that mechanism we get resources, all the University of Wisconsin system, all the state of Wisconsin resources, and also the ability to say, hey, you have the rights to take this technology out of our universities and commercialize it and do it locally. And you've got the stamp of all the right people to make that happen. And now you just need to supply the knowledge and the resources to make it happen. Yeah. And do that locally.
So, all right. Well, thanks, Leon. That was
You're welcome.
It was a great cross section of everything you think about and everything that you're sort of working to coordinate every day for Midwest Wealth Ventures and the Wisconsin River Business Angels. So, all right. Well, if people want more information, they can always start at the website. That's midwestwealthventures.com. And then it's all over social media, LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So, anything else you want to add before we close about any of this?
Well, not at this. No, I think we can close it off.
Okay. All right. Well, my name's Aaron, and I've been talking to Leon of Midwest Wealth Ventures and Wisconsin River Business Angels. We'll talk to you soon, everyone.